Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Um, so yeah, I haven't been on. This is, last week I wasn't on. I've had so much going on, um, as far as like career development, my own career development, just really working on myself. So yeah, it's been busy. Um, and so much has been happening in the world. As especially in the Middle East, if I don't know if I guess I could say the country, Israel, the whole Palestine Israel thing. It's been that whole conflict, which has been going on for since, you know, 40 years now. But it's important to remain neutral and to focus on peace. And, of course, this is just as a false flag, as Q has said, and they have left that part of the world for last because of the um the K mafia, I'll say. Um, just eradicating the evil. So yeah, it is what it is, but we are definitely going in the right direction. I just feel it in my bones that we're definitely going in the right direction. And I feel like it's just going to speed up. Things are going to speed up. And I feel that I had this kind of like this premonition on the 17th where I just woke up and I just felt like energized and I felt like so positive. And of course, 17 is the number for God. It's the number for Q. And there have been different, there are planetary things going on. I think there was like an eclipse. My mom was saying, I think it was a solar eclipse, if I'm not mistaken. But there are a lot of things, astrological things going on. Um, so, but I really feel the energy. I feel like the energy has definitely shifted for the better. I feel like something that was holding us back has is gone. So I really feel like we're going in the right direction and it's wonderful. Okay, so today I wanted to do a couple things. I wanted to look into, I was watching Kimberly Palm. Some of you may or may not know her. And she mentioned that there were 5 events that there's a possibility of them happening, and they're false flags that Yeshua mentioned. So I want to look into that. And I also want to look at this date, October 29th, that someone had mentioned that the stock market is supposed to crash, or there's a possibility that it may crash because I don't know when exactly it did crash in the 40s, but it was on October 29th. So there could be like a repeat of that. So I wanted to look into that. All right, so I'm going to do the 5 events. Okay. So the 5 events. 1, a fake nuclear war. US, this is according to Kimberly Palm. Okay. So I want to see like which one of these things is most likely to happen. And I'm going to use a spread that Ashala Yardley showed me in one of our meetings, in one of our alumni meetings. Okay. So The first one is the fake nuclear war, US, Europe against Russia, China, Iran, etc. Number 2, West Coast earthquake or volcanic eruption. So that's Mount Rainier. Number 3, West Coast tsunami. Number 4, fake alien invasion. Number 5, Israel being like bombed, like totally leveled. Number 6, one or more to happens. So I'm going to ask if more than one. I'll just ask if more than one is going to happen. Number 7, multiple cities in the US being destroyed, such as New York, Chicago, and LA. All right, so let's start with the nuclear one, the fake nuclear attack. Okay. Actually, oh no, yeah, I have to do. So I guess this is going to be, you know what, I'll do the first 3 because I don't have room on my table for this. So the fake nuclear attack, the West Coast earthquake or volcanic eruption, and the West Coast tsunami. Okay, so we'll do 3 of them. Okay, so smart guides in. Okay, so West Coast tsunami. Okay. So the nuclear one. The tsunami, no, the earthquake, the West Coast earthquake, or the West Coast tsunami. All right, so I'm getting that the more likely event that's gonna occur, I would say the fake nuclear attack. Because you have major arcana cards, okay? You have the lovers, you have judgment, which is like a wake-up call here. And then you have the hermit, which is, wisdom, lighting up the way. It's a very spiritual card. And these all together, this is very spiritual. This is a very spiritual combination. And the fact that they're major arcana cards, like that's something that you can't change, that they're most likely to happen. And you could just see like this is just like, a complete wake-up call here. And it's just obvious to me. And then we said the West Coast, the earthquake, volcanic eruption. You have the Ten of Swords, which is an ending. So it doesn't look like I'm getting like there could be, if anything, it could be very mild, like a mild form of that, more of a mild form, but it could happen, but then it'll just like do a nosedive and not really go anywhere. Yeah, she's honest and integral, earthy. She could also be earthy, fiery as well. She's also, because this is Queen of Wands, so there's fire there, volcanic. But as I said, like this could be volcanic. But then there's an ending, and then there's this is a triumphant card. There's a win there. So I don't really see that. I don't really see it going anywhere. And then a West Coast tsunami. You know, these are not major arcana cards. Again, not major arcana cards. So this is fire. You know, this is fire. But then it's kind of like, to me, this is like choices. You know, is this the right choice? Is it like, you know, like it doesn't look like, you know, again, it could happen. It's still a possibility, but it doesn't look like to me it's going to go anywhere. The more likely event would be the fake nuclear war thing. A false flag. Well, they're all false flags. Okay. Now the next one is fake alien invasion. Okay, so fake alien invasion. Israel being like completely leveled and more than one scenario, like multiple scenarios. So fake alien invasion, Israel being leveled and more than one scenario. And any of these happening, there's really, you shouldn't be afraid, you know, false flags. So let's see, fake alien invasion. um, Israel like being bombed even more. And then one or two scenarios, or I'm sorry, more than one scenario. Again, the first one, the fake alien invasion is more likely, I would say. And it looks like Mr. T, there's some kind of like, I don't know, I guess Mr. T, the military would be behind it, or they could, you know, the deep state could start it and then they take it over and do their own little spin on it. So I think that would be most likely, which I'm surprised, most likely an outcome. And then the Israel, again, these are not major arcana cards. So it looks like that's something that's a 70% possibility. But I feel like, again, if that were to happen, the White House would probably like hijack that and like somehow change it around. But it doesn't look like, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's most likely to happen. Especially with this card, I feel like they're gonna get a lot of help in that region. And if they aren't getting it already, they're getting a lot of help from organizations that are coming in to help them out. I don't feel like this, like it's gonna go on for a long time or anything like that. Um, so I'm getting that. And then what was the last one? if there's going to be multiple. Like multiple, false flags happening. All right, so I got these. So this is a major arcana card. These two are not. I'm getting something financial happening. Like it's not going to be one of those mentioned. I'm getting like more of a financial thing happening all around the world. Like, could be the banks, real estate, could be like housing, could be the interest rates. I'm getting more like that as being something that's going to happen. Not, yeah, not, what did I say? Like more, more of those false, like two of those false flags or three of those false flags. I'm not getting that. All right. And then the last thing was, oh, the cities. Okay. Are there going to be multiple cities that, excuse me, are going to be destroyed? Like, how likely is that? What do we need to know about that? How likely is that going to happen? So far we have the fake nuclear war thing, and which is most likely, and the fake alien invasion. Okay. And now we have, let's see, the multiple cities under attack. How likely is that to happen? Oop, it's better. Oh, I just got Three of Swords. It could happen, and this is an Ace of Wands, so it's kind of like it. But again, it's not major arcanas, but there is a possibility it could happen because this is very like confusion, and I would say this could be people from like another, like foreign countries, people that are foreign, and there's choices here. This could be choices and confusion. Um, but again, they're not major arcana cards. So it may not happen. What they're saying, it may not happen. All right, so what about, I'm going to ask, is it going to happen in New York City? Is there going to be like destruction? Is there going to be like destruction specifically in New York City, especially with the migrants? They're saying that some of these migrants uh are like UN soldiers. These cards all fell. This card came out. So this is a very positive card, so I didn't get an ace. So it seems like it's a positive card. And I feel like if it does happen, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be dealt with really fast. So I don't think, you know, and this is very healing, you know, I don't think there's just so many questions I can ask. Okay, so the stock market. Will the stock market crash on the 29th? Will the stock market crash on the 29th? Well, I did get two aces. So Ace of Pentacles, this is the stock market. You know, like it's money. Um, then I got for the outcome, King of Cups. So this is kind of hidden. Something that's hidden. You know, when or if it will crash, you know, it's kind of a hidden thing. And then I got Ace of Cups, which Ace of Cups is a yes. And I got the Hangman, which is suspension, which is kind of like things are being like held back from moving forward. This is present. But then I got the Emperor. I got the Emperor, so you know, I would, you know, I would say with these two cards, you know, there's a huge possibility that it could crash on the 29th. I mean, I don't like dates, but I just wanted to see. I was curious. All right, this concludes my video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and always love and light. And also subscribe if you'd like to, share, comment, and like.
Busy? Full pads. Full rolling cars.